Commander's Log, Stardate 150621. How y'all doing this week? I'm doing okay. Eventful week. Rather eventful week. Not too bad though. Hope it was a good one for you. This week, we have a new sponsor. Unveiling them for the first time ever on Prosper. Folks over at Rebel Customs out of Wichita, Kansas sent me this this awesome t-shirt. Check them out. Check out their website, www.rebelcustomsllc.com. Hit them up on Facebook, facebook.com/Rebel Customs LLC. If you can't spell those, you don't have any business being on the internet. Alright, let's get a drink, shall we? I'm a little thirsty. Here we go. Earl Grey tea this morning. Rough night last night, but hey, you have those every now and then. Cheers to you all. Kapla! They'd say in the Klingon Empire. Alright. Gotta start this off like we always do. Gotta start it off the right way. Gotta start it off with the birthdays. The most important birthday on Prosper ever goes to my house commander, the lovely Robyn Dimmitt. Born on, her birthday was on the 19th. Robyn, you're it. You are what I want. You're what I need. Every day with you is better than the last. I love you. Happy birthday, even though here it's belated. You know what? What the hell? I give you the Prosper salute. And I'm glad you had a good birthday. All right. So we're gonna time warp a little bit back to the 16th. Now this is a gal I went to school with, Sarah Justice. Sarah, I hope your birthday was a good one. I hope somebody spoiled you like you deserved. Hey, you know what? I'll drink to you, my friend. Alright, next up on the list from the 17th. I knew this gal in Germany. She's a subscriber here. She subscribes to Prosper. I hope she's watching this one. Sugin Musgrave. Hey, how are you doing? Hope you had a happy birthday. Hope it was a good one. I hope James spoiled the crap out of you. You deserve it. Sugin, for doing what you do, I give you the Prosper salute, and I drink to you. Next on the list. I mentioned this guy last week. He got a job promotion. This week, he celebrated a birthday. Dan Coker. Dan, my friend, how are you? How's life in the Republic of Korea treating you? Hopefully things are going well for you. I hope you had a happy birthday. Hey, let's drink. The last birthday from the 17th. Good friend of mine, knew him in jolly old England. He is a natural born leader of men and women. Jim McDonald. Jim, how are you? How's life treating you? I saw what your wife wrote on your Facebook for your birthday greeting. And you know what? I said it then, and I'm going to say it now. If you don't marry that woman, I will. Hey, Jim, I hope she spoiled you. I hope your birthday was a good one. Happy birthday. All right, next up on the list. Now, I don't get to see and talk to him very often. I never really did. But you know what? He's still family. He's still blood. I'm going to give him some love. Uncle Joe, Gene Cross. Uncle Joe, I hope you had a good birthday. I hope it was a good one. A very prosperous one, if you will. To you, I give you the Prosper salute. And we drink. Alright, now, back to the 19th. I had to jump around a little bit, but hey, it's my show. Do what I want. I do what I want. The second birthday from the 19th. I've mentioned her before. She's got a new page out there. Trek Lady C. Captain Christine Hope. Captain, I hope your crew gave you a wonderful, memorable birthday. The Prosper salute to you. And let's drink. All right. The final birthday from the 19th. I knew her in Germany. She's living in Arizona now. Candace Coker. Candace, my dear, how are you? I hope things are going well for you. I hope life's treating you well. I hope you had a happy birthday. Hey, I drink to you. And you know what? The final birthday, believe it or not, from today, I work with him here at Earth Station, Okinawa, Jordan McGrew. Grew! What's up, bud? How's it going? You gonna go get drunk on your birthday? Hope not. Think you gotta work tomorrow. It is what it is. Go celebrate. Enjoy. Have an adult beverage as I sip my tea to you, my friend. Alright. Birthdays. Done. Not only is today Jordan McGrew's birthday, but it's also Father's Day. I have a special treat out there. I have a special treat coming up later, dealing with fathers and sons. Speaking of that, I'm going to give this next group of shout outs to fathers that I know of. First one, obviously, my father, Jeff Dimmitt. Dad, thank you for everything. You've been my moral compass for the majority of my life. And damn. Thank you for everything you've done. And I can't wait to be home in November. For everything you've done, the Prosper Salute. Talked about my biological father. Now, gonna bring up my stepfather, Joe Riggs. Joe, you've been there for me through a lot too. Remember one time I was sick and you were the only one that could make a trip over to the house. Actually, no, that was the second time. The first time I remember you fell in the laundry room, having back issues, and I just didn't worry about it. I just went in, helped you out, took care of you. Joe, thank you for being there, for everything you've done also. To you, I'll give you the Prosper Salute. I'm going to tag Mom in this one since you don't have a Facebook. Alright. The next three, relatively new fathers. Kids no older than 6. First one, Travis Rowland. What are you doing there, I guess, what was it? Nah, I'm not going to mention that one. What are you doing there, big, tall dorky? How you doing, bud? I haven't seen you. Wow. 5 years. Hard to believe it's been that long. Dude, you and I have got to catch up. My best friend there for that little 3.5 year stint. To you, what the hell? The Prosper Salute. I'll drink to you. Alright, these next two, know them here at Earth Station, Okinawa. New fathers within the last year. Taylor Dufresne, Doug Molesky. You two, congratulations again. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Congratulations to you. You two are going to make good dads. I have no doubt in my mind. I believe it with every fiber of my being. I'm going to drink to you two. Alright, that's the fathers. I got a couple job promotions I've neglected to mention last week. Shame on me. Hey, it was a hectic week. This one I know about. I should have said something sooner. I congratulated you in person. Amber Palmer Cruz, you made that job promotion. Congratulations to you. And this one I didn't just see till earlier this week. It's not my fault I missed it. But John Noble, my neighbor, my friend, living in Germany. You two, I give you both the Prosper Salute. Congratulations on your job promotions. And I drink to you. And last but not least, I got to give some love to my new friend, Trevor Calcum. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah, it looks right. He was like number 275 on the Prosper Facebook page. To you, my friend, Lieutenant, if you will, I give you the Prosper Salute. Thank you for liking the page. Share the page. I'm sitting at 283 now. 283? No, 286. I'm sitting at 286 now, 14 more till I hit 300. I want to be there by the time my 1 year anniversary comes around on Facebook. Let's drink. All right. Additional greetings extended. Let's check out the poll. StarTrek.com put out a poll this week. Which Deep Space Nine crew member would make a good captain? This one was close between first and second. First place, Jadzia Dax. Really? I see it. I can see it. That first place actually surprised me. But second place is right there with her. I believe first and second should have been switched. That's me. But second place, 31% of the voters said Worf would make a good captain. He would. He would make a good captain. Right behind Worf, Kira Nerys with 22%. Then it's just a massive drop-off from there. Next one behind Major Kira, Miles O'Brien. Yeah, I see it. Behind Miles, Odo at 3%, and tied for 2%, Dr. Bashir and Quark. Quark, really? Come on. It is what it is. Can't win them all. Alright, that was this week's poll. Be sure to check out StarTrek.com for their poll next week. I will post that up on the Facebook page as well. Just three birthdays in the historical archive. From the 15th, 1956, the lovely Robyn Curtis was born. She played Saavik in Star Trek 3 and 4. She took over the role from Kirstie Alley. Good, pretty good actor. She also played the Romulan. No, yes, no. What the hell was she? I don't know. She's either Romulan or Vulcan. I think. I don't remember. She played Talara in the two-parter Gambit from the seventh season of The Next Generation. Two more this week. From the 16th, back in 1972, John Cho. You know him as Mr. Sulu in the J.J. Abrams verse, in the J.J. verse Star Trek movies. And from the 19th, back in 1978, same universe, the lovely Zoe Saldana plays Nyota Uhura in the J.J. verse movies. To you three, the Prosper Salute, and we drink. Alright, now, I mentioned something special for Father's Day this week. This week's episode, the first Deep Space Nine episode I've covered, it's called In the Cards. Now, why am I on a Deep Space Nine episode for this one? You'll see here in a minute. You'll see here in just a second, actually. Jake and Nog get into trouble while trying to cheer up Captain Sisko by acquiring a mint condition 1951 Willie Mays rookie baseball card. Also, while the Dominion offers to sign a non-aggression pact with Bajor. Ooh. Let's delve behind the scenes, shall we? This episode was conceived as a bottle show. As Ronald D. Moore explains, we had a very simple premise for a show. Jake and Nog chase a card around the station, trying to give it to Sisko. That's really just where we started. We figured we could do the show right before the season finale, and it would be fun and funny and contained and cheap, and after that we'd send them out on this big war story. In the original version of the teleplay, Elias Geiger was trying to resurrect his dead wife, using just her ear to genetically recreate her. This particular idea was Ira Steven Bear's, but Ronald D. Moore was having trouble getting it to work. Eventually, Renee Echeverria pointed out that the reason it wasn't working was because Geiger is not supposed to be a character to be taken seriously. But if he's trying to get back his wife, the audience is going to want him to succeed, which undermines the reason the character exists in the first place. He further suggested that he be searching for immortality, but Moore wasn't keen on the idea. Bear then proposed that Geiger should be trying to achieve something that initially sounds very interesting and plausible, but quickly begins to sound crazy. After Bear's suggestion, Moore came up with the idea of cellular Ennui, E-N-N-U-I, and the theory that you could literally be bored to death. Bear and Echeverria both loved it, and so Moore began to write a new draft of the teleplay. Moore further commented, basically, we reversed the normal structure in this show so that the A story is the comedy and the B story is serious. It's a fun show. The episode is somewhat unique in Star Trek Deep Space Nine insofar as it is the only show with a lighthearted, humorous A story and a serious and important B story. Usually the positions are reversed. The serious A story is often offset with a lighter B story. The third season episode, Life Support, is a good example. The A story is about the death of Vedic Baral and the signing of the Bajoran-Cardassian Treaty, while the B story is about Jake and Nog going out on a double date. Go figure, it's a Jake and Nog story. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like those two. In the case of this episode, the A story is about Jake and Nog obtaining a baseball card, while the B story is about Bajor's involvement in the inevitable Dominion War. Jake quotes Captain Picard from Star Trek First Contact when he says, "We work to better ourselves and the rest of humanity." Moore commented, "I take great glee at mocking my own work. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If you can put something out there and make fun of it and still feel proud, what the hell, right?" Nog's line of lions, geigers, and bears is an obvious reference to the 1939 Victor Fleming film The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy says, "Lions and tigers and bears." Indeed, the character of Elias Geiger was named specifically so the Oz allusion would make sense. Lions referred to Jake's line, we're going to beard the lion in its den. Bears refers to Kukulaka. So Moore needed something rhyming with tiger. After he came up with Geiger, he then completed the reference by having Jake say, "Oh my," as Dorothy adds in the film. Moore handed in his script for this episode on 21 March 1997, and it began filming on April 3rd, 1997. Hey, something funny about those dates. March 21st was Grandpa Dimmitt's birthday, and April 3rd is my dad's birthday. Imagine that. Don't you just love conveniences like that? I do. Anyway, moving on. This episode proved to be a big hit with the fans, and was also popular with the producers. According to Ira Stephen Bear, all the plot machinations, all the humor, all the tech talk, everything, it ultimately comes down to simple human emotion of trying to make someone you care about feel better. It's very simple and very nice. Similarly, Moore states, the father and son are really tight, and they really do love each other. It's a family that works, and that's important to us. In this particular episode, Jake's feelings ground everything. And it makes you actually care about all the ridiculous stuff. There's heart to it. And he's right. I could not agree anymore. Here's a little bit of trivia for your trivia lovers out there. The computer system Dr. Geiger uses in this episode appears to be the same system we see on the USS Excelsior and the USS Enterprise A in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Excuse me. Morn can be seen leaving the bar with the painting Quark offered for the auction just after the baseball card. This is the same painting Quark would inherit in Who Mourns for Morn, and which would ultimately end up being smashed over his head. The layout of the A story of this episode, Jake and Nog trying to buy a baseball card, but continually being forced to get something in lieu of the card, is similar in design to the B story of the first season episode Progress, where they are trying to earn latinum, but keep on ending up with commodities rather than profit. Nog continues this tradition on his own in the 7th season episode, Treachery, Faith, and the Great River, where he describes the process to Chief O'Brien as sailing the river of the Great Material Continuum. This episode introduces the possibility of a non-aggression pact between Bajor and the Dominion. In the following episode, Call to Arms, that pact would be signed. Despite going missing in this episode, the USS Tiananmen would at some point be recovered by Starfleet, taking part in the First Battle of Chantaka a year later. Following on from Rapture, this episode continues to add ambiguity to the usually villainous character of Kai Wynn, in much the same way as the writers had added ambiguity to the character of Gul Dukat throughout the 3rd and 4th seasons. In particular, we see in this episode that her relationship with Sisko is improving, and that their respect for one another is growing. We also see Win tell Wei-Yoon to his face that she is nothing like him. I'm not going to touch that one. Moving on. Just after Jake and Nog lose the baseball card at the auction, Quark introduces Lot 49, a reference to Thomas Pynchon's novel, The Crying Lot of 49. I think I pronounced his name right. When Jake and Nog agree to complete Chief O'Brien's work for him, Nog says, "You calibrate, I'll scan." However, he hands Jake the tricorder by mistake. I blame the director for this one. And this is why. This is the first episode of Star Trek to be directed by Michael Dorn. Being a series regular, Dorn should have known that. He should have caught that. But with this being his first stint in the chair, if you will, I'll give you some slack. Might as well. What the hell? Some events from the Deep Space Nine episode Rapture are referenced. Specifically, Sisko's insistence that Bajor should not join the Federation as of yet. According to Kai Wynn, this episode is set 6 months after Rapture. Terry Farrell does not appear in this episode. Aww, I liked her. Quark had previously held an auction of items from the Gamma Quadrant in his bar with Vash in the Deep Space Nine episode Q-Less. Although the established conversion of Latinum is 20 strips are equal to 1 bar, during the auction, Quark raises the price of the chest containing the baseball card to 1 bar, 25 strips, before Dr. Geiger bids 2 bars. Since there are only 20 strips in a bar, this bid is in fact less than the previous bid. Good catch. Good catch, whoever caught that one. And finally, the Willie Mays baseball card is from the 1951 Bowman baseball set, with a value of $4,000 as of 2014. Ooh. You know, whoever's got that card, you had better be holding on to it, or you'd better be prepared to auction that sucker off. You know what? That one's worth it. That one would be worth the auction, honestly. Hey, you know what? Let me finish my tea. We'll get out of here. Devoid of life is the brain cells of the average Sequest fan. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it has been a distinct honor coming to your computer today via YouTube. But hey, it's that time. Got to make like the Enterprise and warp out. Everybody take care. Have an awesome night or day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me. Don't drink and drive because, well, you might spill your drink. But more importantly, you might kill yourself or someone else. And drinking and driving is dumber than being a Sequest fan. And what's dumber than that is rooting for little cheating crybabies like Tom. Giselle won't let me go to the Pro Bowl, and the only way I can get it is to deflate footballs. Brady, men slapping women, racism, animal abuse, fake friends, people who welch on bets, or anyone who is a member of, supports, or defends the Westboro Baptist Church, who tried to picket Leonard Nimoy's funeral but couldn't find it. Things like that are highly illogical, and I will not make time for them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I cannot thank you enough for bringing me into your homes via YouTube. It is a distinct honor. And as always, live long and prosper.